uncontrolled mass migration. Justin Trudeau and his immigration minister, Ahmed Hussein, plan to impose this newly defined human right in the form of a global compact on Canada. We are about to experience the fundamental transformation of our country that Obama envisioned for America. Sorry about that. It's hard to hold this with cold hands. Dissent to this travesty will be squelched by a compliant press and a cooperative educational system under threat of punishment. Canadians find themselves facing a loss of national sovereignty and fundamental freedoms at the 11th hour as their signature on the Global Compact on Migration looms. There is little doubt that such a lack of transparency serves the purposes of political leadership that is not looking out for its constituents, but rather a globalist elite with other priorities in mind. I'm just going to remind you of a few of the key points. It's very quick. Migration will become a human right.
It's a privilege!
It's a privilege, you're right. Countries must promote the culture of these migrants and promote diversity to its citizens. Countries must help inform the migrants so that they best can choose which country they want to go to. That's what's in the compact. Countries must work to eliminate all forms of counter-expressions to this mass migration. Countries must sensitize and educate media professionals on migration-related issues and stop public funding to outlets that promote so-called intolerance. The Canadian government recently announced that it will be providing more than $600 million over the next 5 years to bail out the country's financially strapped media outlets. I'm so cold, you have no idea. This is how much I love my country. I was lying in bed in Montreal this morning in a nice, warm, cozy bed with my husband at 6:30, and I said, I'm going to send my speech to my confrères in Ottawa. They can stand up here and freeze their tushies off. Never mind. Here I am. I love this country, Hi Gordon.
We love you too.
Canadians ought to recoil from this slippery slope to some version of a state-controlled society that this deal has created. What we, the citizens, are never told is that all migration to date is from poor third world countries to the well-off Western countries with established welfare systems. By signing this agreement, our country pledges to facilitate mass migrations, give equal rights and access to our social services to all migrants, and manipulate our media to prevent criticism of anything related to migrants. With very few exceptions, the migrants are at best economic refugees who haven't been persecuted either politically. Oh my God, my hands are falling off. It's almost over. Either politically or religiously. President Trump was the first to make clear the disastrous consequences of this pact and pull the United States out. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, I wish that we had one here because he was the first person. Yay, Donald Trump! I hope he sees this. He was the first person to pull out of this.
He has courage!
No, you got to move away from the... Yeah.
President Trump was the first to make clear the disastrous consequences of this pact and pull the United States out. In the meantime, virtually all of Eastern Europe and many others have pulled out, including Australia, Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Croatia, Denmark, Estonia, Dominican Republic, Hungary, Israel, Italy, Japan, Korea, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Slovakia, Slovenia, and Russia. They're smart. But not Canada. No, no, no. Justin can't wait to get his hand on that pen and sign our country away. Maxime Bernier was the first politician in Ottawa.
Bernie the boss!
Yay, Maxime! He was the first to raise the alarm on this global compact over a month ago. He exposed how the government was trying to keep it under the radar.
Thank you, Maxime!
Thank you.
Thank you, Max!
Justin is he was trying to keep this under the radar, much in the same way as he tried to keep Motion M103, the anti-Islamophobia law, under the radar, so he would fool all the citizens and we wouldn't know what was going on. Fortunately, we have some smart people that find out the truth and expose it. In the House of Commons on Thursday, the Trudeau government was asked to reject the UN Global Compact on Migration and to secure the border. The Liberals refused to give unanimous consent, defeating the motion and making their position clear.
Shame!
Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! A disturbing day for Canada when our own government won't protect Canadian sovereignty.
Treason's right!
Treason!
So remember, we are here today not just to love Canada, but to act for Canada. I thank you all for coming. Unfortunately, this is the worst part of my speech, is that Maxime Bernier was not able to come today. He does send his regrets. He knows that he's got a lot of fans here. I'm his biggest one. Never mind. We'll have another day for Maxime. However, we have another wonderful thorn in the side of our government, and his name is Tom Quiggin, and he's going to be our next speaker. Okay, just quickly, because I hate long introductions. Tom Quiggin has 30 years of practical experience in security and intelligence matters. He's qualified as a court expert in the reliability of intelligence as evidence and on terrorism in both the criminal and federal court. His years of practical experience include a variety of intelligence positions for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the Canadian Armed Forces, the United Nations Protection Force in Yugoslavia, Citizen and Immigration Canada for war crimes, the International War Crimes Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, the Privy Council of Canada, and the Bank of Canada.
And he knows his shit!
I'm going for a drink. Okay. This is really important. You've got to listen to this. This is why I love Tom the way I do, and why I love Maxime, because they're just